In this video, I'm going to use SPSS to get some graphs, box plots, and histograms, and I'll use stem and leaf display for our response variable and for all of our explanatory variables. Analyze, descriptive statistics, explore. And now I'm going to take all of the variables that I want to have over here. Advertising was one, or all the quantitative variables, and price difference. And under plots, I'm going to select histogram, and I'll leave stem and leaf there. And I'll go ahead and get a normality plot too. Continue, and OK. And you'll see you get a bunch of statistics now for each variable for sales, advertising, and price difference. So you could take another look at the means and can see the standard deviations and everything there. On the tests of normality, what we're looking for is if you reject HO, you're saying that it's not a normal distribution. So in here, advertising looks to be something that might not be a normal distribution. We can't reject that we have normal distributions for sales and price difference. And remember, in our assumptions, we don't need any of these to be normally distributed. It's the residuals that need to be normally distributed. Although it's generally, in my experience, a good idea if you can get your response variable to be normally distributed. It's not necessary, but sometimes it's helpful. But at any rate, sales definitely does look like a normal distribution. And even though I don't have a full-blown density diagram here, that I have a lot of different classes here, so I'm thinking that that's looking okay to me. Stem and leaf, if you just look sideways, is the same thing. It's a histogram, but it does retain the actual numbers from the data set, so I like to have that there. QQ plot, if the points follow close to this line here, the 45-degree line, then then you have a bell curve or something close to it, and that certainly looks pretty darn close. And then our box plot, we might have a couple of outliers there, but that's looking okay. For advertising, we definitely have something that looks a little odd here. What it looks like is, looking at this, is there are a bunch of locations that don't spend anything or very little, I'm going to say nothing, on local advertising versus those that do. That's the source of our binomial or our bimodal distribution. You can see this again here. Very skewed to the right, but mainly it's because we have a bunch of zero observations. And this does deviate some from a bell curve, although not as much as I really thought that it might. And you can easily see here that we have a very skewed distribution. For price difference, that looks normally distributed. Everything's close there on the QQ plot. Pretty symmetric on that. And there we go.